Hope is the most dangerous emotion by far. Hope can pervert you and turn you into a terrible, terrible thing. Or worse, it can turn you into a beta chump. So what's a beta chump? Very simple. A beta chump is a guy who does not have a dominant personality. He's not the alpha of the group. He's a beta, of course. But more than that, see, a beta chump is somebody who has hope in his heart and will therefore do things, jump through any hoop in order to curry favor from the people he wants to help him or to give him something. He's a suck-up. Yeah, that's simple as that. But the term beta chump is actually useful. You know, you call somebody a suck-up and okay, where do you go from there? But beta chump teaches you something. There's something there in the terms. Beta and chump, they both add something. And it's important that you realize what it is so that you can avoid being this thing, being this sad and pathetic loser who is ruled by hope. Because that's the thing. See, a beta chump, right? He has hope that the more dominant personality will give him something that he desires, will elevate him somehow, will give him a position or a good or something that he wants. And so he does things for the more dominant personality. It's not just that he sucks up to him, it's that he does things that go against his very nature, against all of his morality and all of the things that he holds of value, all in order to curry favor from the more dominant personality and thereby get what he wants. You see the beta chump all the time with women. Yeah, the beta chump is this guy who's like orbiting some girl. We call him beta orbiters, of course. But notice the beta chump does things for the girl in order to curry favor with her in hopes that, you know, she'll fuck him. Of course, she's never gonna fuck him, right? Because a woman does not respond to a man who does things for her. Of course not. A woman uses sex to bring to her the man that she wants. She never uses sex to give a prize or you know, payment for something that she's already received. No, it doesn't work that way. See? But the beta chump doesn't understand that. See? So the beta chump will do things for a woman, for a more dominant personality. And by way of doing the things that she wants, she gets her way without having to give him the pussy that he craves. You see what I mean? Now, this isn't only with women and pussy. It can be a stronger man. A stronger man in terms of his personality. It's not a physical strength kind of thing. You've seen those guys, those goons, those guys who are like 7 feet tall and weigh about 300 pounds and all muscle, right? Enormous motherfuckers, right? And they are the goons, the beta chumps of, you know, these little Lex Luthor type guys, right? Little guys, right? Yeah, of course, because it has nothing to do with physical strength. It has everything to do with force of personality. A beta chump will naturally and inevitably kowtow to a stronger personality. And they will think that that stronger personality can get them what they want. And so they will acquiesce to that stronger personality and do whatsoever that stronger personality wants. In the case of a woman who has a stronger personality, the beta chump will be after pussy. Right? But insofar as a man, the beta chump will be after more, will be after like respect, belonging, more abstract things. But you see the point that I'm trying to make here, see? It has nothing to do with just sex. It has everything to do with personality. And the key issue, of course, that the beta chump thinks that the object of his worship, the object of his following, be it a man or a woman, the alpha personality that they serve, right, will give them what they want. This is key. Because you see, in everything in life, or let me phrase that, in everything important in life, you don't get it. It is not given to you. No. You reach out and you take it. That's how you get everything important in life. It's not that you jump through hoops the way a beta chump does, and some magical being will give you, like on a silver platter, the thing that you want. It does not work that way, no. The truly important things in life must be taken. But the beta chump is afraid of that, that dominance that you have to exert in the environment around you. The beta orbiter is afraid. You see? They're afraid of reaching out and grabbing what they want. And there's something inside them, probably from their childhood, who knows what. I mean, it doesn't matter where it comes from, but the fact is, these beta orbiters can only take things that they are given on a silver platter, and that's their weakness. That is how they are controlled. And of course, you want to control them. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be a beta chump. You want to be the guy who has beta chumps in his orbit, doing the things that you want them to do, going out into the world and exerting your will on the wider environment, right? And so it's perfectly fine to surround yourself with beta chumps and understand that they want something from you. They think that you can deliver to them on a silver platter that which they want. And so what you have to do is figure out what they want. Figure out if they want belonging, figure out if they want pussy, figure out if they want money. What is it that they want? And it's usually quite simple. And once you figure out what it is that they want, you can use that. Use their hope that you can give that to them. You can use their hope against them and control them, dominate them. Have them exert your will out in the wider world. Yeah, I know this is Machiavellian as fuck, but you know, this is the reality. And you'll find that most people in the world, most men in the world, are beta chumps. Yeah, they want that. They want a stronger personality telling them what to do, where to go, what to say, how to act. They want that, they need that, because they have no guidance. And you who have a stronger personality, you who have control of your environment, you who understand that everything valuable in this world, in this life, has to be taken. It is not simply given, all right? Well, you'll be able to use these men and use them in your job, in your business, and be able to accomplish a great deal because of these beta chumps. Because these beta chumps are useful. They are what Lenin called the useful idiots. They are the men who go out there and will kill themselves, sacrifice their lives for somebody else, for the aims of somebody else. And you look through history, right? And you see this. You see stronger men, more dominant personalities, and they had a retinue of followers, of these beta chumps who would do as they were told. And they were the goons, they are the goons rather, of like, you know, every criminal mastermind in every B movie out there. They are the lieutenants of the Caesars. They are, well, they're the beta chumps. And they are an integral part of the social hierarchy. You have to recognize them and see how you can use them, quite frankly. You have to recognize them and understand that they are useful and they can help you. They are not to be fought. I mean, if you find yourself fighting with a beta chump, well, then you fucked up. Okay, you are missing out and misunderstanding the situation. A beta chump is not somebody that you fight. A beta chump is somebody that you turn to your side and have him become your agent. You always want to make sure that you're not a beta chump insofar as other men, because you never want to fall under the sway of a stronger personality. You always want to be the one dictating your own fate. Because see, beta chumps, they are on a ship captained by another man. That is their fate. Do you want to be that man? Do you want to be the man who's a passenger on somebody else's ship? Of course not. Do you want to be the beta chump who's following some woman and hoping that by jumping through all the hoops that she sets for you, that you'll finally fuck her, that you'll finally get a little bit of pussy? Is that the kind of guy you want to be? Of course not. You see how it all works, see? It's all about dominance. It's all about hierarchies. And it's an unfortunate thing, but it is true because we are animals. We are animals, hierarchical animals. Jordan Peterson talks about this shit all the time. And see, it's not that he's so fucking wise. It's that he's pointing out the truth. We animals are beings of hierarchy. And beta chumps are those who have decided, consciously or not, to be second-tier men. who will follow others. And sometimes they follow a great king, a great general to victory, and they have a wonderful life. And sometimes these men follow some horrible woman who leads them to perdition, like Anthony to Cleopatra, right? It happens all the time. Now, you have to figure out who you are. A lot of guys pretend to be alpha, which is just stupid, okay? You want to know what alpha really is? You want to know what the real alpha male is? The true alpha male is a man who steers his own ship, no matter how modest, and steers it in a course that he sets. He is not a passenger in somebody else's ship. No. He is the captain of his own boat. He goes where he wants to go, not where somebody else wants to go. He goes where he wants to go. And that is incredibly hard. And it's incredibly scary. And that's why so many men decide to be beta chumps. Because they're afraid. Because it's a scary thing to go out into the world and mark your own path and not follow somebody else. And there's a great deal of security by letting somebody else dominate you, by letting somebody else dictate the path that you're on, by letting somebody else chart the course of the ship that you're on. It's easy. But the problem is that, see, when you do that, you are essentially a slave. And it might so happen that the destination that you are going on, that is being guided by some other man, well, maybe that destination reaches El Dorado. And there are, women and gold and song and delights and just wonderfulness all around. It could be that. It could be that that's your destination. You arrive at El Dorado. Or it could be that, the ship sinks because the man you were following was a loser. It could be that. I myself made my choice. I've always driven my own ship. I've always gone where I wanted to go, not where somebody else led me. It's important that you decide who you want to be. And if you decide that you are, by temperament, by circumstances, that you are a beta chump, well, that's your lot in life. But don't pretend to be alpha when you're really beta.